What is up, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of Bird Gang Banter. I'm joined by my host and co-host, Philly Halftime, Further AM, and special guest, Reality Check. What is up, fellas? How's it going?
Go Birds.
What's going on, man? How you guys doing? Appreciate you guys for having me on.
Awesome. Really appreciate you having you on. Let's check out the chat real quick. We got E-Money popping in saying go Birds, like always. That's up. Daniel Sports always popping through saying what's up. What's going on, buddy?
Good, Dan.
Good, Daniel.
Eagles always win. It just seems to be that way, my friend. Just keeps seeming to be that way. But anyways, fellas, so first one on the docket. The Eagles beat the Dallas Cowboys 28-23. What did you like and dislike about that game? I'm going to start with you, Mr. Further AM.
Oh, man. First half was a struggle. Linebackers can stop the run. I thought the offensive coordinator called bad play calling. I mean, there's so much to go off of. He called me on the point real quick here. So I'm trying to think real quick how I can keep this orderly instead of disorderly. I did like the second half. I liked how we improved. I liked how our coaches got their things together. We found a way to win just like last year. That's where I'm most improved. I tried to stay away from the negatives today. I'm going to stay with the positives. We beat the Cowboys. After this question, I do have a question for everyone. I do want to bring up about this exact question, but I'm going to let everyone answer before me. But I just want to say that the Eagles found a way to win. And that's what's most important. This was a very crucial game. This was a game, and this was a statement game, especially in Philadelphia. We do not want the Cowboys to come into Philadelphia and claim a victory over us on our own turf. And what we did was we were not going into that half as expected. But at the end of the game, it was the expected outcome that we all were craving for. It was a great game overall. It had a lot of thrills, ups and downs, sides and twists. It was a fantastic game. I will have to say, as you can see the highlights now behind my screen, like I said, the first half was a little bit interesting, a little bit roughs and bumps, but the second half really came in through, and that's where we shined in through our colors. And after halftime, AK and you, Randy, I would like to rebuttal with a question. I have a very interesting factual question that I'd like to claim. So whoever's next.
Halftime.
Well, I already said the Eagles were going to win 28-21. I was damn close, damn it. I'm a little pissed off about that, but we're a bend but don't break defense. We might bend like a goddamn rainbow, and people might not like it. Like, I'm not too fond of it, but we're a bend but don't break defense. And our offense was working really good. Come on. Everybody knew it was happening. Goddard, what pissed me off, Goddard, they injured Goddard, and they meant that. They meant to break his arm. You see how the guy grabbed him and which caught. But Dak choked, like he always does. And I said it, he just choked because how he which caught him. And the biggest thing I dislike about it is, why are you got a safety on CD Lamb? I didn't like that part. That's the only part that it really bothered me about the whole game. But okay. I thought we were pretty good though.
Okay. AK, reality.
Man, first and foremost, it was a great game. It was. It's everything you expect from an NFC East rivalry game. You always know it's going to be a hard-fought win either way. I would say this. I liked that our team keeps proving week in and week out that they can overcome turmoil, they can overcome turnovers, they can overcome injuries, they can overcome mistakes, penalties, and they can still win games. That is something that they kind of lacked last year because we either lost 2 games or we blew everyone else out until we got to the Super Bowl where we were tested and we lost by 3. This team this year is a little bit different. Now that they've been there once, they know what it takes to get back there, and they know what it takes to win close games, and they're showing that all the time. I like that about our team. No win is easy in the NFL, and no win is pretty by any means. You know, so that's the one thing I like. And the dislike, I'm with halftime, man. First off, 23 points, that's acceptable, I guess, to a point. I would have preferred, the 17, but 23 is acceptable, especially with our offense. Now, granted, our offense at the end of the game, we had 3 drives there where we were 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, punt. Definitely not the scenario you want to be in. But why the hell do you have 2 rookies covering the best wide receiver on their team when you have 2 veterans? All right, so, okay, fine. You don't want to move Slay. Then move Bradbury in the slot to cover CD. But you put your 2 rookies on him? Like, everyone wants to wow CD Monday because he had 192 yards. I pray to God he did. They're fucking rookies, dog. Like, he didn't even go up against Slay or Bradbury half the fucking night. Half the night he was going up against Sidney Brown.
Oh, we're going to talk about
or Eli Ricks. He didn't go against our number ones until at the end when Slay's like, I had enough. I got to take him. Like, there is questionable calls offensively and defensively. But what I love about it the most is there is enough talent on this team to damn near overcome every obstacle thrown in front of us. And everyone wants to praise Dak for his performance. One, if Dak didn't step out of bounds on that 2-point conversion, you're only down by 3 points. And you're not forced to score a touchdown at the end. And then you also aren't forced to take 2 fucking sacks at the end of the game either. That completely blew every chance you had. So,
And a delay game.
I'm just saying, man, you can sit here and you can say what it is. All I know is I watch my defense let you start from our 15. We gave you to the 50. We gave it to you. You didn't earn it. We gave it to you. And then we turn around and we give you another 30 fucking yards to our 15.
Yep.
And
what he's referring to, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the game when we literally gave them the ball back and gave them an opportunity to actually beat us.
Oh, yeah, no, we
to.
gave you the fucking game. Hook, line, and sinker. We put you on the 15-yard. If that is any other damn quarterback called Pat Mahomes or Herbert, we are fucked.
Yep.
I'm telling you that right now. But instead, Dak went and was Dak.
He was chill.
I mean, you couldn't score from the 15 with 40 seconds left? Seriously. And that's what I'm saying, man. You can sit here and you can say whatever the fuck you want. Oh, the refs screwed the game. Bro, we both had 10 penalties. Yeah. It's not like we only had 3 and you guys had 10. No, we
had more penalty yards.
Yeah, we had more penalty yards. Enough with the fucking excuses. Get over it. You fucking lost. We're the better team. You don't like it? Fucking beat us in December. Then say something. But until then, chill the fuck out, man. It's fucking football. You got beat. Move on. You got the next game to worry about. Your quarterback screwed you over. We didn't screw you over. Stop trying to protect the man. I'm telling you right now, does Jalen Hurts step out on that 2-point conversion? Fuck no. No. Hell no. He does not.
He would take that guy on.
Ever,
Yeah.
ever does he step out on that. And
He
that
would
is
never
the
go to the
difference
ledge.
between a clutch QB and a non-clutch QB. I give Dak the credit in the world. Dak is a good quarterback. He is. He's just not clutch. It's the same issue we had with Donovan McNabb. Donovan McNabb was a great quarterback. He just wasn't clutch. He wasn't. He's proven that time and time again. That's all I'm saying, dog. Enough with the fucking excuses. There is no more
Yeah,
excuses.
can I finish? I was gonna go off with a quick little statement because I said a little facto here going on since
Let
1999.
Randy to tell what he like.
Oh, Randy,
No,
yes,
no, no,
oh,
no.
yeah, oh, yes, sorry,
I
yes.
want to hear. My answer is basically going to be the same as yours. I actually wanted to hear what he had to say because I wanted to answer that.
Oh, okay. My bad.
I'm just gonna go. Well, we're still on the same actual topic. Halftime. So this is kind of just going off and asking you guys a question about this. Since 1999, Eagles versus Cowboys rivalry. I don't know if you guys have realized since 1999, the Eagles actually have, in fact, 26 victories over the Cowboys. And since 1999, the Cowboys have only 24 victories over the Eagles. We have 2 victories right now over dominating the Cowboys since 1999. Now, if you want to even go back to 1998, then we're tied 26-26. But let's digress. In the 2000s, since now we are dominating the Cowboys. And I saw just the other day when we were doing pick'ems on ESPN, I saw 84% of the country is literally in favor of the Eagles. Now, I back, if you can go 10 years, and I'm talking maybe even 20 years back in the 90s, if there was ever such a thing on the internet, no one was in favor of the Philadelphia Eagles. And my question is, what I'm asking you, are NFL fan bases actually switching against the Cowboys? They would actually now rather see the Eagles beat the Cowboys, or what's going on with that? What's your opinion on that take? If you kind of understand where I'm going with that one, it's almost like a paradigm shift a little bit.
I hate it because everybody keeps on calling them the American team, and they know they're not the American team. It's just facts right there. Everybody's starting to hate the Dallas more because they keep on calling themselves the American team, but they haven't won nothing in 29 years. So how can you still keep calling yourself the American team?
I also wanted to say too, like the recency bias, right? It's like we're creatures of habits. Like, what have you done for me lately, rather than what have you done in the past? And right now, lately, it always seems every time the Dallas Cowboys get themselves in a position to potentially get to an opportunity to either play for the Super Bowl or get into a dance to be the Final Four, they always shoot themselves in the foot, and they're always like, "Oh, well, we don't have this." So then they go and get a corner. Then they draft a good corner. Then they get the wide receiver. Then they go and sign a good wide receiver. It's like there are always excuses for the show, and whether or not success has been proven, then you start following that formula. The Dallas Cowboys haven't had it in 25 years, so they don't know what success is, and the fact that they haven't got to one, it's starting to get to people, and people are starting to realize that this fan base, all they do is this, and then their team never has anything to back it up and show it.
And
so
I honestly think, and where I'm going with this before anyone rebuttals, is I really think that NFL fans have become sick and tired of the only thing Cowboys fans have to go by is Super Bowl victories. They have no other statistical information, no knowledge about their own team. They don't even really know who's on their roster. If I could ask 90% of Eagles fans, could you name me every single player on your roster? And I can literally compare that to the Philadelphia Eagles fans. Can you compare me 90%? Can you name me every single person on the roster? The shift paradigm right there is just you've lost. You're not America's team anymore. And it's sad to say this, but we're shifting now to the Philadelphia Eagles, and you're going to slowly see it. And it's going to happen. And I'm here to say it right now. I'm going to be the first one to say it. We're tired of you Cowboy fans always resorting to stupid statistical facts that have no meaning. Since, like you said, Randy, you haven't done nothing since the 90s, and then prior your 70s dynasty. What do you guys have to say to that?
Well, and here's the thing too.
I mean, it's kind of tiresome.
We hear them bitching today and how they got screwed. No, man, listen, you are supposed to have this ultimate defense, right? That's all we fucking hear about week in and week out is how dominant this defense is. The only people Dallas can be mad at in the end of the day today and yesterday morning when they woke up is their defense. You can't afford to let up 28 points and win a game, especially when your offense only averages 24 points a game. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you gave up more points than what you should have allowed because you're this stellar defense, right? But the fact is, though, you're only stellar when you go against teams who are just as good as you or worse. But when it's teams better than you, you're not as good. And if you look at Dak's last drive, the one touchdown that he threw that wasn't a touchdown in the end, we all know the Cooks thing. But secondly, when he threw the Cooks too, that last drive in the double coverage, Ferguson was in the middle of the field, 20 yards down, past the first down line, in the middle of the field with no one around him, not a single person. You predetermined that throw when you hiked that ball, where you were going with it, instead of actually scanning the defense and seeing what everyone else saw.
And he still threw it out of bounds.
And he still, but that's the thing, though. You can get away with those when you're playing the Giants, when you're playing the Commanders, when you're playing the Bears. You can't do that when you're playing the Eagles, the Niners, the Detroit Lions, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Buffalo Bills. Our defenses are built different. You can't predetermine shit against us. And that's what's different. And Dak got exposed on Sunday at the end of the game because he thought something was going to be open because of how our defense looked. And we ended up not running what he thought it was, and it wasn't there. And that's what I'm saying, man. There's a difference between people who are clutch and people who aren't. Yes, Jalen had statistically a worse game, but Dak also had to throw a lot to stay in the game because he wasn't getting the run game going because Pollard couldn't do shit.
Yeah.
So they had to pass a lot. So he's going to have a lot of passing yards. Jalen didn't have to pass that much. And even still, if you're going to give Pat Mahomes credit for being a one-legged motherfucker in the Super Bowl to beat Jalen when Jalen clearly outplayed him, then how the fuck are you not giving Jalen credit for outplaying Dak with one fucking leg? Because we all know that kid's at 60% at best right now. That's
exactly. Yeah. No, I agree. AK, he's not well at all. We all saw it when it happened when his knee bent back. I looked at halftime and I said, "Oh shit! I bet you this is it. We're going to see Mariota." I'm like, "Here we go." And the tough SOB that Hurts was like, "Nah, I'm not letting that happen. I let these boys out in this battle. I'm going to make sure I walk off this field with them." It's just like the leadership that he brings, the mentality of like not. Never giving up. Every play, it's got to be worth something, and like we obviously at times see that, he might not get it or not, but he still strives to do it. Like he's got a fucking, we can say he's got a busted knee, and this guy's like, I didn't agree with it, but for the next play, they go and do a QB design run, and then it's like, oh fuck no, please don't let this guy get tackled wrong right here. I'm like, please slide, right? And did, but it's just like, holy crap, man! You guys you guys definitely know how to put Eagle fans, turn them gray real quick. I'll tell you that,
bro. He is. I'm not even actually sure if he's been healthy all season. To be honest anymore, I'm not even sure. Okay, this kid is 8-1. He is 21 21-2 over the last 2 years. 21-2.
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes is 21-5.
Yeah.
21-5. Y'all be sucking Pat Mahomes' dick right now if that was his stats. Like,
Yep.
come on, man. Stop. This kid has done everything in his power to show everyone what he is. And people just push him to the fucking side.
Yeah.
Like, he could win 3 Super Bowls at this point, and I swear to God, he still wouldn't get the fucking recognition he deserves. It's ridiculous, man.
We
Exactly,
talked about
Bobby.
that. I believe.
How
we
many
talked about this
other
last year.
quarterbacks right now in the league, out of the 31 other teams, would their quarterbacks be playing in the condition that Jalen Hurts is in right now? I can only think of maybe a handful.
And,
You know
and
what I
now,
even
as
go as
single
far as
Single
saying?
news,
handful.
If that was Carson Wentz, he'd be on the bench.
and not a single news outlet will give us any credit for that victory, knowing that Jalen Hurts put the team on his back, came back out after having that knee injury. No one's going to talk about that. No,
Because they're
that's one of those
freaking
things. It's like the
biased.
news will just put
Yeah.
that under the cover, like.
They hate
And the
you.
reason is because they're biased to Dallas. They always ride Dallas, his coattails.
Yeah,
No,
they're-
they're going to sit there and friggin' say that Dak got better stats. Every quarterback we played so far got over 300 yards because that's the game we play. We bend but don't break. We give you the short yardage. You're going to get 10. You're going to get 12 yards. You're not getting the big ones. You're not going to get a 50-yard bomb and turn it into 70 yards.
Yeah.
You're not doing that with us.
Yeah.
You're going to get the little ones. So the little ones are going to add up. And that's what Dallas did. Just like the Jets and everybody else, even New England.
Yeah.
Their quarterbacks look like had over 300 yards. So stats don't matter. Who got the W right now matters.
Yeah.
That's right.
All that matters
Right.
is wins, man. That's all that matters.
Right.
Wins and losses. If you lose, you know where you're at. If you win, you know where you're at. But here's the thing, man. That is exactly what we are. Okay. Our defense is one of those defenses where, you know what? You're right. You're going to look good against our defense. You're going to probably put up 300 yards. You might even get 21 points. But guess what? We can get 32. We can get 34. We can even get 28. So
We get 43.
the fact is, we play soft defense. Now, granted, I fucking hate it at times. I won't lie. I do hate it.
Same.
There is positives
I
and
hate
negatives
it.
to it.
So-
I hate it. But you know what? It is time management as well. If it takes us 16 minutes or 14 or 12 minutes to get down the field and it's an 80-yard drive for 12 plays, well, we just drained the shit out of that clock. But if it takes you just the same amount of time to do that, you just really killed the clock even more. The fact is, our offense can go whenever we want it to, and we can stall it out as well whenever we want it to. It's almost like a game of cat and mouse.
You look like
sometimes. But sometimes we do chew off a bit more than what we can, a.k.a. the Jets game. We just couldn't get our shit going that night, and we faltered a little bit. And
I'm gonna let you answer that one, AK, with this comment.
No, the refs had nothing to do with that.
one. We had even
Prescott
amount
fucking
of penalties, so I don't want to hear that excuse. But if you want to know something, if you want to know how the Cowboys could have won that, they should have just ran the ball.
No, they
They
can't.
can't
They
run the
can't.
ball.
I don't even want to give that away, and I maybe should shut the hell up right
Bro,
now.
we're the number one
Future,
rushing
but
defense in the
if
Yeah, we're the
NFL.
number
Any
one
way to
rushing
win the
defense.
Eagles.
So
We're
no
the
one can
number
run
You
the
can't
ball.
run the ball on us.
Further, we're the number one rushing defense in the NFL. They can't run on us. That's the reason why they were passing, because they couldn't run.
They can't run.
Jordan Davis is a monster right now in the run
No,
game.
I think
dude.
Pollard.
Look what the
I think if
Dolphins
they
did.
kept
Look what the Dolphins
utilizing
couldn't even
Pollard
do it.
like they did in the. See, that's the thing. They failed. They thought that mentality-wise, but
What's up,
they
Rafa?
would have kept doing what they had done in the first quarter into the second, and they stopped and they started rushing and thinking too fast and started rushing in the pass game.
No, the problem is that Dak choked in the big game.
That's
the problem
true.
is if he didn't go out of bounds.
But no. But
break
it's not
the
really.
version.
You really have to
This is
think
the problem, though.
about Dak. Hold
We
up,
coulda
real
went
quick.
down
We
there and
started
they
putting the
still
pressure
got him
on the
tied
second
it.
half, though. We started bringing the defense that second half. So you want to say anything? It was our defense getting that motherfucker is what happened because we were not taking that. Dak Prescott and I was wondering where was it in the first half. I was like, why are we not putting pressure on Dak? Was we've known years and years and prior to this that if you put the pressure on Dak, then there is no Dak. It's obsolete. You can forget about Dak.
Well, listen. If we're gonna sit here and we're gonna bitch about defense a little bit, listen. I do like Sean Desai. I think he is a good coach. I think these guys respond well to him. Now, I do understand the Darius Slay frustration from Sunday night. I do understand that, something had to be said. But for the most part, these guys do a really nice job in this defense. Now, I know we have fallen off in our pass defense this year. We're at the bottom. We kind of flopped. Last year, we weren't so good in the run, but we were great in the pass. Now, this year, we're vice versa. Defensively, I don't like whenever it is only like a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, and you play my corners 10 yards off. Do you just want to give them a first down at that point? Because if that's the case, then go for it. But in cases like that, I want to see you in man coverage, up on their ass, and fucking don't let them out of your sight. Like, I want you press coverage. Like, if you get beat, you get beat. I don't care. But at least you tried. You know what I mean? But at this point, sometimes, man, you're just giving the shit away. Here's a first down. Here's a first down. It's like, eventually, you got to let these guys do what you hired them to do.
Right.
And these corners are sometimes better than what the stats show. Like, I don't know. Everyone's saying Bradbury fell off this year. I'm okay with that.
He didn't fall off. He just fell off.
It doesn't look like he is playing like he played last year. But I will say this. I don't believe they're also using him the same exact way that Gannon used him last year, which might have benefited Bradbury just a tiny bit better than what Desai does. And that little bit of effect could have a big result in how he plays. But I don't know, man. Just get it together. You guys are vets. You've been playing together now for 2-3 years. You shouldn't have these mistakes. You're all professionals. Like, if you got to sit the side down and you got to talk to him and you guys got to figure this out, man to man, whatever works, get it done, because we only got so much time left before we can't fuck around anymore.
And that's what I was saying. Like, I think Sean Desai is Jonathan Gannon. I've been saying it, so I don't back away from it. Now, when I say it, it's because we got that bend or break defense. We don't play, I call it, let me say it as a way, like Eagles football. Now, you're going to regret every yard. We used to, when we had Brian Dawkins and all, we used to fight, and they used to regret getting every yard they got. They felt the pain of getting every yard they got. We don't have that no more. We don't have that intensity, and we got to find that intensity again. We have to get that back.
Let me
we
ask
have
you
to get that attitude, that Eagle attitude back somehow, some way. That's my only thing with that.
Let me ask you a question real fast. I've been away a long time. So maybe I fell out here a little bit, but I gotta ask, when the fuck did we start sitting here saying that Gannon was bad? Now bear with me here. I understand the Super Bowl loss hurt, but how much of that loss was on that field? We both dealt with it. I understand. We both dealt with it. But, dude, I'm telling you, man, on a normal field, on a normal day, That game's completely different. That pass rush is completely different. We both had issues, but it was even hard for the Chiefs to get the Hurts at times. I'm just
Whole
saying,
team,
man.
yeah.
Gannon was first in every stat last year defensively. He was first. He was the only guy in my lifetime that I know of to get the third overall defense in NFL history in sacks. I ain't seen no one come close to that shit, but he did it. I'm not going to knock the guy for one game. Yeah, it's a very important game. And yeah, it might have been faltered with the whole Arizona tampering. There's a lot of shit. I get it. But statistically, the guy was a good coach. We went to the Super Bowl. You don't get to the Super Bowl with a shitty defensive coach. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
But
we got to ease up on that. Like, I understand where the hate's coming from.
it's not hate.
But he
It's the
didn't do
bend
that.
or break. It's the bend or break defense. And I want more. Hey, let's do some more pressing on the wide receivers, and letting the wide receivers actually play, and the corners play. Let the corners play tight, and not give them an easy 10 yards.
No, I agree.
So that's when I say he's like Jonathan Gannon. Jonathan Gannon didn't play that way. He didn't play that tight. He didn't have his corners playing tight against the wide receivers.
Mhm.
And that's what I mean by that.
I get it.
You know what I mean? It's not like I'm not saying Jonathan Gannon was the biggest piece of garbage, because he did something I never seen in my lifetime. I never seen 5 guys on one damn defense that scored that has over 10 sacks.
Yo, that is the funniest shit ever, Suey.
Yeah, that is funny, Suey.
That is awesome. No, man, I feel you. I just listen.
Yeah, that's when I say it, that's what I mean. It's just I'm old school. Like, I got the old school thing, like when Brian Dawkins had that attitude. Like,
No, I get it, man. Like,
just,
I mean, listen, we played a lot of man with Jim Schwartz,
yes.
a lot of man, and you know what? People fucking hated him too.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Like, we're never fucking happy, bro. We're never fucking happy when it comes to a fan base with our D coordinator. I don't understand. I don't have an issue. Listen, if this motherfucker takes me to the Super Bowl and wins, I don't give a fuck what kind of defense he runs. And
Yeah.
guess what? He has us at 8-1 right now. I don't give a fuck what he does. If he keeps winning games, I don't give a shit. It's about the dub.
See, and my biggest thing too about it is like a lot of people got to remember that our back end is mostly rookies at this point too. Like, these are young kids learning on the fly. Like, we're gonna have growing pains, and we're gonna have at times we're gonna be wondering what the hell's going on. But I wanted to answer this earlier, but I never had a chance. When people are saying why was CD Brown on CD Lamb, I think it got to the point where Sean Desai was like, I'm getting everybody that gets on this guy is getting burned. I got to try something at this point. And I guess his hands were tied. And he's like, Sydney, get out there, get on CD. Let's see what you can do. And we all saw it didn't work as well. But in the end, I'm fine with guys getting big yardage. I mean, shit, look what happened in the Rams game. You know, Cooper Kupp comes back and he has himself the game, his first 100-yard game. Good. Who won that game though? We did. You didn't hear Aaron Donald's name hardly at all in that game. It's like Micah Parsons' name during the Eagles game. You barely heard his name unless they were talking about how the Eagles did that tush push and he got caught on top, riding the top like a fan surfing, which was kind of cool. I like that. And then I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Slay and Cunningham for helicoptering Dakota Prescott's ass in the air. That will live in infamy in my eyes forever. I love that play. That was good.
Yeah. No, I know, man. I just
thanks for coming in, bud. Appreciate it.
Nice.
That's exactly, yeah. All the cowgirls making all the excuses. Exactly.
And I'm tired of the excuses from these Dallas Cowboy fans. Like, when are you guys going to man up and blame your quarterback? Because we already told you how your quarterback lost you that game.
But was it what that that's where I go where man, I think honestly they were just
That's false,
overtaken in
sir.
the second half. They literally got completely dominated that second half. They came out that half so confident with that victory that they thought they had that win. And the Philadelphia Eagles found a way to win. And that's where I'm going to say it just like last year. The Philadelphia Eagles found literally 17 different ways to win. And every single win last year was completely different. And that is what's going on this season. We're finding out different ways to come over our outcomes because, look, our defense is injured. We're not 100%.
No.
But with the right coaching and finding out what's going on, we're unstoppable. We find out a way to win, and that's what's so great about this team is every single week it's something new and different. It's so fun to watch and be a part of.
And Coles, if you're going to come in here dog and point fingers, then you need to go back and rewatch. I gave Dak his props. I said he is a good quarterback and he played a good game. He's just not clutch, and there's nothing wrong with saying that.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with saying that. Ain't hating on him. Hell, how many quarterbacks over the years have been?
And nor did I ragging on Dak right now either. I thought Dak did fantastic on passing. He did fantastic on passing, actually. But at the end of the day, you can.
I just love how we can't call y'all out on your stupid shit that sometimes your players do, but the moment ours do something stupid, y'all have no problem pointing the shit out.
See, there's a difference between Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott. I want to be the first one to say it right now. And sadly, I hate saying this because y'all are going to hate me for saying this. But Dak Prescott's a yes man. I mean, that's what it is. We've all known if you're going to be a quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, you're a yes man, yes sir. You're going to obey by the order. You're going to play the play that is played, and that's what's called. You have no freedom. And then you look at Jalen Hurts, and we give him the freedom to run. We give him the freedom to express himself. If he doesn't got a pass, and he's got all the time in the pocket, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, because we have the best offensive line in the league, and I'm not even afraid to say it. And literally, he can have the allowance to run. Where's Dak? Dak has no freedom to run. I don't see Dak running for his life or trying to get a first down. Jalen Hurts, he's got some cojones.
No, and also, Coles, I'll tell you what, bro. I give your offensive line the benefit of the doubt, bro. They did one hell of a job stopping our pass rush Sunday afternoon. I think they did a tremendous job with it. That's kind of why it's hard. Like, dude, if you, as a Cowboy fan, I know Dak played great, but you have to be pissed at him, man. If he does not step out on that 2-point conversion, you are not forced to be on a 7-point game. You only take the 3 there instead of forcing it in the end zone, and you're tied, and you go in with all the momentum into overtime and possibly win. I'm just saying, dog, if that was Jalen Hurts that did that shit, y'all would be rubbing that shit down our faces, dog. I'm just saying, fucking.
I also just want to give a shout out.
And I'm not hating on Dak either, but I just told you, like, I would say this. I'm saying the same thing. Dak cost you it. He choked in the big game because he gave up 2 sacks. He didn't try to throw one out of bounds. He had a delayed game, but you only needed 3 points if you would have got that 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
But
sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Coles, you're acting like he can be the reason that you guys were in the game, but he can also be the reason you fucking lose.
Lose the game.
That's what I'm saying, dog. Of course he was the reason you were in the game. But he was also the reason why you fucking lost.
Yes.
That's my point.
Facts.
I ain't hating. I'm just telling you the truth. You want to hate me for speaking facts, then so be it.
Well, it's
Hey,
true.
listen,
Jalen had 4 interceptions in the Jets game, and we said the reason why we lost that game was because Jalen was just too loose with the ball, and we were harsh on him. But that's the difference between us Eagle fans and the Dallas Cowboy fans. It seems like even though he messed up, they don't care about that. He was in the game. He had almost 400 passing yards. Yeah, but would you take maybe 250 and maybe 2 more touchdowns? Yeah, you probably would. So it's like, he made some mistakes. You guys would rub it in our face. Oh, Jalen stepped out of bounds, or Jalen had 20 interceptions.
Yeah.
I don't blame Dak at all. I blame the coaching, the Dallas Cowboys coaching. It was all on the coaching of the Dallas
You
Cowboys.
can't blame the
They
coach.
knew what was on the line. They were in Philadelphia, and they should have been prepared for that fourth quarter and the situation to make
and how we use the timeout.
Plays, and that's what happened. It has nothing to do with Dak. It has nothing to do with
it has everything to do with
the whole
Dak.
team.
The
whole team. The Cowboys fucking suck. They're a dumpster trash fire.
Bro, first off, it is about the team, because whenever McCarthy calls in a play, these gentlemen have to execute the same way on our side.
Yeah.
Jalen doesn't sit here and fucking yard ball the whole game. He has specific sets of plays that go into his scheme, and as the scheme is called, he can either choose to stay in it or audible to ones in that similar scheme. Other than that, he can't do anything. Okay? What I'm saying is, he had a scheme when they were on that 15-yard line getting ready to score with 40 seconds left. It's not my fault that no one was open or he missed something. I got to go back and look at the last drive, but you also have to throw the ball away. You can't take 2 sacks with 40 seconds left in the red zone. You just can't do that. You can't step out of bounds on a 2-point conversion with the game on the line, knowing if you score here is 3 points. Like I made the point earlier, Coles, I hope you agree with me. Does Jalen ever step out of bounds on that? No. Never. Right now. Never, ever, ever, ever would, and he never fucking will. He will drive through you before he steps out of bounds. That's what I'm saying. Yep. All I know is that you are right. Dak balled out. I give him 100% credit. 374 yards and 3 touchdowns or 4, whatever. Great game. Okay? Great game. Fantastic. But he still fucking lost. And that's all I'm saying, man.
But it was like you have to be, even if Jalen Hurts did this, we would be all saying the same thing about Jalen Hurts. It ain't like we wouldn't say it on our own team. We'll say it about our own team.
Shit, if it was Jalen, I'd be more pissed.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you wouldn't sit here and not be blaming Jalen Hurts. If Jalen Hurts did what Dak did, you might have balled out, but you also cost us the game. And that's the only thing I was saying. You got one more.
And I'm not hating, and I know you ain't even mad at me, Coles, and I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying sometimes as fans, we need to take the blame for our own team's mistakes.
Yes.
And even us as Eagle fans from time to time need to learn that shit as well. Mm-hmm. There's some things that I wish my team had back, and there's some things I know they wish they did. And that goes for everyone. Everyone needs to take blame. If you lost the game, bro, it's because you lost it. Your team lost it. It's not because the refs took it away. It's not because we took it away from you. It was because we were better and you guys just weren't that day. That doesn't mean you're not the better team. That doesn't mean that, anything. It just means you got beat that day, and it is what it is. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right.
There's my dude.
Yeah, trying to connect. Go.
I mean, I can't believe I'm getting shit for giving a Dallas Cowboy quarterback credit, but okay.
I'm not. Y'all getting me confused. Like, I'm not mad at what you're saying. I agree with a lot of what you're saying. The only thing I'm saying about the whole situation that gets misconstrued between Eagle fans. This is how it is, man. when we came into this game, I had us losing the game in Philadelphia way before in the offseason. I got video of it.
Mhm.
My thing is, what I took away from the game personally was I like the way how Dak Prescott played in the game. Now, I agree with all four of you when you were saying in that moment Dak should have took over, those type of mistakes. You can't. I agree. The delay of game was a big was a big issue. I really wouldn't put that all on Dak. I blame that delay of game moment on Jake Ferguson because he was confused about the call play. It's either between Jake Ferguson or I really could put that on Mike McCarthy for not having his shit together at that point. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm like, hey, y'all need to notice that this is the moment we need to have stuff together. One thing I blame Dak Prescott on, whenever whenever he was trying to rush and he didn't spike the ball, he went on here and ran the play. I blame.
Oh yeah. Hey, that was brilliant though, because they didn't see that shit coming at all.
Yeah, but
then he ended up clearing it out of bounds. So it was
Yeah,
like,
I know.
I feel like if he would have spiked the ball, everybody probably would have had time to be on the same page, and he probably would have got a good play out of that. That's one thing I was kind of upset about. And then of course everybody's talking about the out of bounds with the 2 point. Yeah, that's true, but we're not gonna beat. As a former athlete, I'm not gonna beat him down for that. That situation could happen to anybody, man. And you also got to think, and this is something that's something that Dak Prescott. I mean, you don't know that. You don't know that things happen. Things happen. You got to think. You over here trying to make the play. You trying to make the play, and then you running. You trying to go ahead. Well, his thing is, I'm just going to try to tip the cone. I'm trying to tip the cone, get the touchdown. You see Brandon Graham, old big fast ass coming at you, man. Come on, man.
Hold up. He was 2 steps behind that man. Brandon Graham was 2 steps behind him. He had plenty of room to get.
If you look at that tape, Brandon Graham kind of fast. That dude closed in on Dak. So
okay, but you can't tell me if he kept his foot in bounds that he couldn't have still reached. Dak is tall enough to reach across. Come on.
And I'm sure that Dak wish he would have got that play back. I mean, things like in that type of, it happens, man. I'm not gonna beat him down because his foot was an inch off out of bounds. Come on, man. This is the game. Shit like.
But why are you blaming why are you guys blaming the refs?
Well, I'm not blaming the refs personally.
It was none of this was pointed at you anyway, Cole. So
I'm just saying.
It's only the Cowboy fan. They use you as a Cowboy fan. That's all.
Yeah, no, Coles, that's what I love about you, dog. You're not the normal Dallas fan. That's why I respect the fuck out of Boys for Life too. You two aren't afraid to say how you feel. You're not afraid to call it as you see it. If Dak has a bad game, you guys say it to where others just kind of lick his butthole a little bit. You're not afraid to tell everyone how.
If Dak would have had a bad, horrible game,
I respect you for it.
Yeah, if he would have had a horrible game, I would have. That's why the fact that he didn't have a horrible game. That's why I'm like, okay, hey, pause. I know a lot of people mad because we lost, but Dak Prescott was cooking. And one thing I will say this is one thing, because a lot of people, it's easy to blame the quarterback, but it was so many missed opportunities in that game that we could have ran away with. For instance, the 2 fumbles that y'all recovered so brilliantly. Yeah. If we would have got those fumbles, that would have turned this whole game around. But y'all team hopped on the fumble and saved the game. Like, it was just one of those games that it just wasn't meant for us to win. I mean, especially that fumble towards the end of the game, because whenever AJ Brown went in motion and he ran into.
Oh yeah, when he hit Swift, that scared.
He kind of punched him with his shoulder. Yeah.
Dude, is it not me, or did it feel like he got his bell rung a little bit on that one? Like he kind of went limp for a second.
When I called it, I said to halftime, I was like, I think he almost got knocked out, because the way he got hit is like he like a UFC fighter. He's like, his hands were in the air and he kind of like stood there for a second and then he kind of came to. It was like,
I'm pretty sure AJ knocked him out, bro. I'm pretty sure that shoulder to the jaw did a number.
Yeah. He didn't see that coming at all. He got knocked out. Yeah, but my thing is, I was praying at that moment. I said the only way we can probably get around this is if we can just get a fumble, man. Because I know y'all gonna run the ball. Maybe they can make a mistake. Right. Moment that happened, I said, get the ball. And Michael Parsons was literally on top of it. And then it somehow went straight down to Tyler Steele. I'm like, dang. But yeah, just missed opportunities, man. Like I I can't go to the refs. Like I know how a lot of our fan base is. They want to win this game, and I understand. But when you miss opportunities like that, it ain't gonna work well for you. Like we could have had perfect field position, even though it was turnover on downs. We could have had perfect field position with a little bit more time to get in there, and we failed. So
Even
it is what it is.
2 field goals out of that even
But I
changes
will
it.
say this: Coles is the only one Dallas fan that actually makes a lot of sense. Because y'all bringing, when I was on Twitter with you, they're ruthless, man. I just like, oh my Lord, I just get
Or
away.
even in the chat. Even in the damn chat, they're like, "Oh, you guys bought the refs off." We had the same amount of penalties you guys did. We had more yards. Yeah, it was.
I put on his trip. I'm like, yo, you just gotta blame Dak. That's the reason. And man,
they're blaming the refs because of some of the missed calls that wasn't called out. And I understand.
Yeah, but that's every fucking game, dog.
It's gonna be some. Y'all had missed calls on y'all end, like
that's every game. That's I gotta ask though, bro, and I do give Dak props for this. I thought we killed the man inside the 5-yard line when we sent him flying, bro. I thought we killed him.
Dak tough, man. He can handle that.
You held your breath for a second. You did. Come on now. Don't even.
I always hold my breath whenever Dak runs the ball.
All right, Cole, you know what that remind me of?
You talking about Brett Favre?
Michael Irvin.
Oh, Michael Irvin.
No, Michael Irvin. I'm like, oh my Lord. I'm like, we didn't do it again, do we?
Nah,
man. Because that's how Michael Irvin.
Bro,
broke his neck.
All I know is for a moment there, I saw his head, and then the next thing you know, I saw his feet. Like he was turned inside out quicker than shit.
He was trying to get that touchdown. I give him
He was. I will give him that.
He was trying to take that game. Y'all gotta admit, man, we in a safe space.
No, it was a great game.
Y'all was nervous as shit.
No, you know what though? My nervousness came from my own fucking team. It didn't come from y'all. It came from my team giving you 40 yards, giving you another 40 fucking yards on top of the 40 they just gave you. That's what made me nervous. I was like, there's no way y'all are going to fuck this down to 2 right now. But they didn't. So,
but see, this is what I'm taking away. This is why I'm not too mad. Like a lot of people got on me. A lot of people thought I was trolling. Even Eagle fans, they thought I was trolling when I said I'm not upset. I'm upset that we lost. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not taking too much off of it. Only because I see how our team is coming together now. Because in the beginning of the season, even when you take it from that 49ers loss, we didn't have no identity. We was relying on the defense. Offense didn't know what to do. Mike McCarthy was calling like careful plays, like dinking and dunking. And we wasn't getting CeeDee Lamb involved in any of it. And I'm like, man, we're going to be terrible if we play like this. And now we starting to play a little bit better. Now, y'all secondary, we might y'all might have to work with that a little bit. Maybe Kevin Byard might come in his way a little bit. And then y'all getting back, what's his name? He coming back.
Roby's coming back healthy.
Yeah, so that might help y'all in the secondary. But
I mean, it doesn't make you feel any discomfort knowing that CeeDee Lamb didn't go against Darius Slay, but maybe 3 times, and maybe Bradbury once or twice. Like he was on our rookies all night. That doesn't concern me.
It been some plays that he was making plays on.
I said there was a few that they covered it, but 90% of the time he was on Brown and Eli Ricks. Like I'm sorry, that was our mistake. That's not y'all's fault. That is totally 100% us, but that's still, I mean,
at the end of the day,
that wouldn't have happened if it was not the way it was. You understand what I mean? Like,
at the end of the day, it's football, man.
I know. I
could have that same argument and say that AJ Brown was going against a lot of backup corners, especially in that Miami Dolphins game. I could say that, but I'm not going to say that because these are football players.
He's like, I was unhurt.
All right, I'll see how you came to play.
I'm just saying we can play that same game. Like
they still had Javon Holland as a safety, and they could have switched him over there and played him on AJ, but they didn't. So though I see.
AJ Brown is MVP status. Can you say that?
Yeah, but we can. But, hey,
9 games, 1,000 yards, bro. 9 games.
We creeping up with CeeDee Lamb.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
We creeping up with CD now.
Yo,
Yeah, you creeping all right. You creeping to a first round knockout, motherfucker.
It
Bobby
might be
says the
second.
facts are
It might be
Cowboys
second
have
round.
not beat a good team yet this season. Name one.
It might be second round. You never know.
Okay, second. I'll give you a second.
Oh, you got one more game, buddy.
Is it going to be to the 49ers again?
Hey, I hope that I hope the Seahawks win the division. I hope we can possibly try to win the division because I'm like, this is not going to work out. Man. I can't see those guys. Like I would just automatically be like, we lost. Like, I don't even want to entertain that junk. I'm like, yeah, we about to lose.
Oh, you better
no
get
matter what, man.
Much by the Eagles.
I feel better playing y'all than playing the 49ers.
How's that even possible?
God damn, low blow. All right, so what if we beat the 49ers? Then what are you going to say?
I say that because Dak is not scared to play y'all. I believe the 49ers are in Dak's head, like for real. I think Fred Warner particularly is in Dak's head. He's comfortable playing against y'all.
Bro, you think he has Fred Warner nightmares in those sleep number?
I believe so.
That's why he needs a sleep number mattress.
That dude in his head, man. That's facts. Fred Warner know he is in Dak's head. But hey, hopefully he get over there. But Dak play a lot. He's more comfortable with y'all. That's just a fact. You know, he used to playing the Eagles. He liked that. He liked playing in Philly. He liked playing y'all in Philly. A lot of our players do because they like the hostile environment. They feed off of that.
Okay, well, you feed off that loss and you go on to your next game.
You take your L. You take your L. Like, I can say that. At least he comes in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's much love with Cole, man. I respect the hell out of that guy. I've been working with Coles for a few years now, and he's a good dude, man.
I love
he's
that
back. He's back.
He's back. Guess who's back?
Man, I thought you were really going to go with my last word. That was cool.
Oh, my bad. No, I made a mistake and hit the No, but for real though, man, y'all do what y'all think, man. We got to see how it is. Hey, a lot of people get mad at my guy Marquise Bell, man. They saying he did a dirty hit on Dallas Goedert.
He did. You got to know he did. My man grabbed his arm and just put all his weight right on it.
I think he was just trying to take a hit, man. Dallas Goedert a big dude. That dude not even really
He's trying to break his arm, though, Cole. Come on.
Trying to get that dude on, man.
Yes, he did.
You can't tell me when you start feeling that man fall, you just can't let go. Is that what you're saying? When you start feeling him go to the ground, you just can't let go and tuck and roll yourself. You got to keep a hold of his arm and keep going.
So y'all think that he was purposely trying to get? I mean, what he got to get Dallas Goedert?
Huh?
Because you took your run blocking away when you did that, bro.
Maybe a bag in the
They were just trying to get Dallas Goedert is a big dude.
Bounty gate.
He was just trying to get Dallas, and then Dallas got a stiff arm him. So he was just trying to, fight the stiff arm and get him on the ground.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to do that.
He was pissed. He was pissed. Oh, you gonna stiff arm me? I'm gonna take your arm then, bitch.
It's all right. We can play another game on the body bag.
He forgot he was in the NFL. He thought he was in the UFC for a second.
Like Bobby just said.
Shit! Perfect timing. There you go. Great minds think alike. There you go.
There you go.
That joint crazy, man. I hated it for Dallas guy. I don't want no players getting injured, man. Like,
no,
I was relieved. Like, I was relieved that it was only a fracture. I didn't want it to be like completely broken and he out for the season and stuff like that. So at least he's coming back with like 4 games.
Yeah, he's out. He had surgery. He had surgery yesterday?
Yeah,
and so.
Well, fracture means it's not all the way broke, so that's good news.
Yeah, it's just yeah. Well, he'll see. He'll get his revenge back in December. Then.
Oh, bro, I hope he stiff arms him to hell. I hope he takes his ass and takes him 6 feet under that fucking field. I hope he gives him the biggest stiffy the NFL's ever seen. And yes, I said it.
better than any Derrick Henry one ever. We're talking
Right.
orbit, motherfucker. Boom! You go right
I
down.
hope
to
he
the
hits
center.
him so hard with that stiffy, bro. He's like, I wasn't meant to play this game.
Even Ron Jeremy would be proud of that stiffy.
Come on, you gotta laugh. That's funny as fuck.
Nope.
Nope.
He said, nope. I don't want that happening to my team. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
But yeah, fellas, I think this is gonna be the end of episode one. It was fun. I got a little bit more topics I got to write down. Obviously, we have an off week, so I don't know if we'll do it next week or if we should just wait until they play again. I'll talk to you halftime and further and see what we should do. But thanks, aka NFL Reality Check for hopping on, and obviously Coles for coming in and clearing the cowboy air.
Yeah, good seeing you.
For sure.
Much love, Cole. Mad respect, brother.
For sure.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Coles, get ready for that another L.
Just get ready for December.
Y'all ain't sleeping. Y'all not sleeping.
We are sweeping you. I already said it to you.
Just get ready for December because we're going to come spank that ass.
Then I'm gonna be at the game, so we definitely not losing that game.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all be easy, man.
We're taking you guys out.
Oh, he's out. All right, fellas. Until next time.
All right.
Later.